Hello, welcome to the Key to Crushing Fear and Living Your Dreams. I'm Jamie Staker, and I'm excited for you to be here because this has been a true game changer in my life. Like, testify. This has been a true game changer for me. So, what I want you to do is make sure you're in like a kind of a private place, a place where you can really watch this video and focus and take some notes, like get out a pen and paper or however you like to take notes and really get something out of this, okay? I am going to ask you to write down some stuff and kind of think and brainstorm out something so that you can really benefit from this video. So go ahead and do that, and then let's just jump in. Okay, so I hope this excites you. We're going to talk about the brain just a little bit, very simplified, and just kind of some of the things that the brain does in the world that I'm about to talk about. Okay, so the brain stem. This is, right back here on the back of your brain. The brain stem is in charge of your autonomic nervous system, so like automatic things that just happen without you trying, like breathing and your heart pumping and things like that. But what I want to talk about is that it's kind of it's in charge of keeping you in your comfort zone, keeping you safe. I always think about the Croods when I talk about the comfort zone because what's Mr. Crude's name? Greg, there we go, Greg. If you haven't seen this movie, you have to see it. It's actually pretty cute. It's just a kid's movie, but when you have kids, right, and you watch kid movies. But Greg is just very fear-driven. He's always saying, like, anything new is bad, never not be afraid, like, just nothing new. Like, they hide in their cave all day because that's their comfort zone. That keeps them safe. And so, I mean, we had well intentions, right, of our brainstem being there as our little guard keeping us in our safe zone, right? Because that physically kept us safe, right? Sometimes I think it keeps us a little too safe, like we're scared to do things. But anyway, so that's kind of your brainstem's job, is keep you in your comfort zone and keep you safe. Your prefrontal cortex is here in the front, and its job, not its job, but like it wants adventure and fun and learning, and it's kind of when you are wanting to do something fun and new. It's probably coming from that front part of your brain, your prefrontal cortex. And then you have your limbic system there in the middle. It's your emotion center. And I think it just tries to keep peace between the two because one's pulling you this way and the other's pulling you that way. And the limbic system is your emotions, trying to keep things peaceful. So we're going to talk a little bit more about this, but you need that understanding of your brain and how it kind of works, okay? So let's talk a little more about that comfort zone, about the brainstem's kind of role. So everything under this here curve is your comfort zone. So we like to call this X capacity, or bondage is another way to think about it, because you can only do what you know. I mean, you can only progress up to a certain point of your comfort zone before you step over and can start achieving more, right? So this little area under the curve is X capacity or bondage. And sometimes you get ideas, right? Thoughts like, oh, wouldn't it be fun to go on this vacation or to do this or start this business or go on this adventure? Like, you have ideas every once in a while, right? And so this is what they call the XY vibration, because now your prefrontal cortex is saying, go, step out of your comfort zone. But the X capacity is like, no, your brainstem's like, no, keep me safe. And so it's, I don't know, I kind of like to think of it as like vibrating, right? We have these ideas and we're vibrating. So let's talk a little bit more. I wanted to go in depth about these why thoughts. So why thoughts are your dreams and visions. So I've got some examples here, and I wanted you to get out that pen and paper and write down some of your ideas. Okay, so it might be some form of earning more money, which, maybe that means, oh, I'm going to go back to school and I'm going to learn X things so that I can earn more money. Or maybe it's I'm going to start a business so that I can earn more money. Or I'm going to make clothes or bows and like sell them to make more money. Whatever it is, maybe that's something you've thought or dreamed about before, write that down. It might be having more time with your family. It might be doing something like to lose weight or to get healthy, something in the health area. You might have goals or dreams or visions and like want to do that, but haven't quite figured out how or what, or haven't stepped out of your comfort zone yet to actually do it, right? Maybe you want to do a marathon or something like a Tough Mudder, or something like that. Climb a mountain, some people's dreams. Writing a book. Maybe you want to start a business or just be in a solid relationship. Maybe you're not happy where you're at right now and you just want to be in a solid relationship. So these are just some of my ideas. Again, like, if you haven't written anything down yet, definitely pause the video. I want you to take some time to really think about what are some of your dreams and visions maybe even say to yourself, I think this is helpful to say, if I couldn't fail, if failure was not an option and it was guaranteed that I could have what I want, what would I want? Okay, so do that and then come back. Okay, so that's fun. So now that we've got our why thoughts and we're XY vibrating, we'll oftentimes jump. We'll see an ad for something on Facebook, or we'll see something on TV, or something that makes us want to leap, right? So you wanted to, let's just say, go on some vacation, right? So you start taking those steps, and many, many, many times that's when we hit the terror barrier. So the terror barrier is your comfort zone, your brainstem screaming, come back, you can't do this, you're gonna fail. Doubt, fear, all those things, like worry, oh, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough this, I'm not good enough. It's just the worry, and we call this the terror barrier, which I think is a perfect name for it. And so once we hit that terror barrier, it shoots us right back down into the comfort zone where we're safe, but we didn't grow. We didn't achieve any of our visions, any of our dreams. We're still happy little us, which, is fine if that's your only goal in life, is to, be comfortable. And I do think we live in a comfortable world. I have a anxiety workshop that I did, and so I created this presentation of the free yourself from anxiety. And part of what we talk about in there is why we have such low tolerance for discomfort nowadays. And that can be physical or emotional, or we go a lot more into it in the video. So if you're interested in that, message me, let me know. I can get you that presentation. It's so good and so helpful, especially because, the main thing it talks about is anxiety and how to get out of it. But yeah, this comfort zone, we all just we want to be safe, right? And it makes sense. But if you really want to change and go and progress and achieve something and feel good about yourself and proud and successful and whatever else you're wanting to feel, we have to figure out how to get past this terror barrier, right? So that we can actually achieve those dreams and visions. Are you with me? Okay, let's go on. So we're going to go back to that first picture and kind of go a little more in depth with the brain. So we're going to talk about our emotions and where they take us. Okay, so this is what the limbic system is kind of in charge of. So sometimes, and we kind of talked about this with the terror barrier, sometimes we feel doubt, we feel fear, we worry that we're not going to be able to be successful in whatever we're trying to do. Then comes anxiety. Then if you get too much anxiety, you can dip into depression. And if you're too depressed, it can become chronic and it can become disease. Okay, so we're not, hopefully, that's not the path we're wanting to go down, right? We don't want the worry and the fear and the depression to overcome us and control our lives. I don't want that. I don't want that for you at all. So the limbic system can also take you in the direction of the prefrontal cortex, which would be having faith in yourself. That would be the first step, I think. Gaining some knowledge about what you're wanting to do. If you're wanting to go back to school, how much is it going to cost? What are the classes? Like looking into what it is you're wanting to do. Getting some knowledge and study and understanding of it. Developing yourself and your skills and whatever else you need to develop. And then believing in yourself. That's a good one. Sorry, I always think of this quote that I read. It's like, you believed in Santa for 8 years, you can believe in yourself for 5 freaking seconds. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. A lot of times it's really just ourselves that holds us back, is us not believing that we can be successful. So anyway, all these great things, faith, knowledge, understanding, belief, and development, they lead us to well-being, right? Having a happy and healthy life, body, and mind, right? So that's what we would prefer, right? So what I love about visions and goals and dreams is that it forces you to level up, to step out of your comfort zone and to think new thoughts, to do new things, to become better, the best version of yourself, and to progress, to do personal development and just, like I said, become the best version of you. I kind of talk about that a lot in my program about, I guess kind of my thought under that is not looking at other people and wishing we had their success or wishing we had their body, wishing we were like them. Like comparing, I just think is a dangerous and not helpful thing for your life. So striving to become the best version of you and look your best and feel your best, I just think is the safest. That's kind of what I teach in my program. So I Yeah, that's what I love about goals is they force you to level up. But how do we do it? Let's talk about that. How do I change my results? How do I get something different than what I'm currently doing? And again, those results are kind of your why thoughts. So it could be health or well-being, a financial situation, your future, your impact on other people. How do I change my results? I have learned kind of a three-step process. Okay, and I think it begins with having a vision, knowing what you want, right? If you, oh, there's a phrase. It just kind of came to mind, but not, you know how that happens. I have more brain farts than I should at my age. But having a vision, having unwavering faith in yourself, and putting forth extraordinary effort. Now, I learned this from, well, I guess a combination of places, from a book I read, but also from health coach school. So I'll kind of tell you my story a little bit, give you an idea of how I know that this works. Okay, so a little bit of my story. When Chase was in vet school, I had a degree in exercise physiology and I had a certificate in personal training. But I still didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. I knew I wanted to work at some point. I mean, my kids were still little, so I knew I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom until they were, X age, and then I'd want to work, go back into the workforce. I love people and adults and just being with people. I know that I have knowledge and experience, and I knew I could help people, and I just wanted to help people, right? So I was like, well, what do I want to do? I don't really want to be a personal trainer. I didn't know where to go, right? So I stumbled upon being a health coach. And my first thought was, wow, is this some hippy dippy woo woo kind of weird thing? And so I just worry that other people think that at first too when they think about me, but that's not what health coaching is, not the style that I have anyway. So I wanted to be a health coach, and I was looking into it, and one of the first things they had us do was create a vision, which I thought was really stupid, actually. Oh, which sounds terrible because I practice and love like leadership. I loved the John Maxwell style leadership. It's like he teaches servant leadership, and I had studied that for a long time and really loved that. So the fact that I didn't have a vision for my own life, it's kind of embarrassing to me, but I think it's because I was always so fear driven, and I always set goals, but there were small goals that I knew I could achieve, and I just played small. It's just all about playing small. So anyway, when they wanted me to create a vision for my life, I just actually did it. I mean, I kind of went along with the video, and I closed my eyes, and I thought all the things they wanted me to think, and I really pictured what I wanted my life to be like. And when I opened my eyes, I was like, sweet, that would be awesome. So I got really excited about my vision, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. I am gonna do this. I have never done anything big or crazy, or like, I'm not entrepreneurial in my mind, I guess. My husband is, and his family are, but I really wasn't. But I guess I thought, we had already started a business together, so I guess that kind of gave me confidence. I was like, okay, maybe I can actually do this, right? So I just had unwavering faith. I went to school. It was a big investment, but I did it, and I just kept going. I did all my practice clients. I started, actually health coaching with people on a small level, but I still did it, right? I just had unwavering faith. And yeah, I would say that part went pretty well until I started having obstacles. Like, we moved, I started working at a gym, so I kind of had to put that part off. Then our current business, that I said my husband and I have a small business, and things started happening with that to where I had to like work there more. And anyway, health coaching just kind of got put off the side. But I remembered, Jamie, if you really want your vision to work out, you're going to have to put extraordinary effort into this, which extraordinary effort can really just mean keep on keeping on. Just keep going. Any successful person that you've ever met, any CEO of a Fortune 500 company, any actor and actress, I mean, anybody that you would deem successful did not get there without any stumbling blocks or challenges or setbacks. None of them did. All of them just kept going, kept pushing, used those obstacles as a stepping stone to make their vision a reality, okay? So that's just what I have to keep remembering and telling myself as I'm in this journey, is that it's not over until I quit. And that's true for you too. It is not over until you've quit. I love that. I never used to know or understand that at all. I just thought, well, if I run out of money, then I guess my venture's over. Or if this happens, then I guess I'm done. But failure really isn't failure unless you quit. So anyways, and then I just kept putting forth extraordinary effort, which I would say I'm still, in that journey. But that's kind of my story. That's how I know this works. along with, reading books where they talk about people who did this same formula and like millions of people it has worked for. So it can work for you too. So, okay, I'm a quote person. I love quotes for whatever reason. They really get me going. So they get me pumped. So a comfort zone is a nice place, but nothing ever grows there, right? So your comfort zone is a beautiful, nice, cushy place that you're in. But if your goal is growth and, improving yourself, improving your health, improving your, whatever it is that you're trying, whatever those why thoughts are, they're never going to happen if you're in your comfort zone. Okay. So everything you're looking for is just right on the other side of that comfort zone, right? Because I think it's true that if you want something you've never had, then you have to do something you've never done. You gotta step over that comfort zone and do something that maybe you've never done before. So I'm inviting you today to take action on one of the things that you wrote down on that list, okay? Find your dream or vision and take one action step towards it. So figuring out what that might be. I mean, if you don't know what your steps would be, I'm sure you can Google like whatever it is you're trying to do. What's my first step? And figure out what your first step would be and commit to it, okay? And I want you to think, I just wrote it really small at the bottom, but I just thought it would be a helpful thought to think like what could happen if you took that step and everything worked out? What if there was no fear, no brainstem pulling you back in and telling you to stay in your cave? What if it all just worked out? What would change in your life? What would be the consequences, the good consequences? Who else would benefit besides yourself, right? Ask yourself that and write it down now. No, seriously, like write it down. If you need to pause, pause the video, but write it down. So I'm going to invite you, if your action step happens to be anything like with the health industry, if you're trying to lose weight, trying to just get healthy, learn a little bit better about food, maybe you're interested a little more in like, hey, I've tried diet and exercise. What else is affecting my health that I don't understand? Because that's part of my program. But if you're someone who that's like your dream and vision and step that you're wanting to take, I want to invite you to a discovery call. Let me tell you what that is. So a discovery call is 30 minutes long. It's just me and you. We're gonna hash it out. No, I'm just kidding. There's no hashing. It's all about you. I have you fill out a little intake form to tell me a little bit about your journey and your health and what you're looking for, what are your needs, right? So I can learn a little bit about you, and then we do this discovery call, and you get to learn the following. So you're gonna uncover what's stopping you or slowing you down from having the body or health that you want. You get to develop a powerful vision, and we just talked about how cool vision is. I have a whole presentation on vision, like a whole lesson in the program about vision, but we will create a vision for your body transformation. We'll discover foods or lifestyle habits that are bringing you down or keeping you from having this body you want and what to do about it. And then you'll get crystal clear on a step-by-step plan to create a total body transformation. Doesn't that sound like a fun call? I think it does. So if you're feeling a little bit like these people on the right here, jumping out of an airplane, or like you're ready to jump out of this airplane, then book your discovery call today. Okay, you've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Like I said, the call is all about you and figuring out, how to get you on track, where are you at right now, and how to get crystal clear on a plan for the future. So I'm gonna just end by reading this quote by Eleanor Roosevelt because I love quotes. So she says, "You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face." So look your fears in the face today. Book your call. Okay, that's all I have for you. Thanks for being here. Good luck for your future.